Who is the best football player in the world? The question will always be asked. The answer will never be unanimous. Heralding the finest player on the planet is a near impossible task given the current form being displayed by a host of next-generation players. We've based our list on a variety of factors. We have taken short-term form into account, but particularly strong or weak 2022-23 seasons are not the ultimate deal-breaker in many cases, so that players with a long history of incredible performances aren't shunted down at the first sign of decline. Trophies, strength of leagues, raw stats, unquantifiable magic and a host of other aspects have come together to form our criteria for the list, and we know you're going to wholeheartedly disagree with us. 1. Lionel Messi. For the first time in over a decade, we sincerely had to ponder our number one selection, but in the spirit of VAR, we found no clear and obvious reason to rule out Messi from the summit. There's no denying Messi has evolved. He has lost a fraction of his blistering pace, but his intelligence and manipulation of the football means his control over the result of games remains as strong as ever. He is not an all-action terrier. He won't pitch in with too much dirty work, but to count that against him is to miss the point entirely. Messi continues to dominate games, both subtly and explicitly, for club and country. His performances directly inspired Argentina to Copa America and World Cup trophies, while his rich form in the Champions League has carried from Barcelona to Paris. He is sitting comfortably in double figures for both goals and assists for PSG this term so far, even with Mbappé and Neymar sniffing around the same areas, and remains a match winner in the biggest occasions. 2. Ronaldo. As long as he's here, he'll be near the top of the list. Cristiano Ronaldo is 35, playing only his second year in Italy, and the stats in front of the goal are still ridiculous. Ronaldo has contributed to half of Juventus' goals this season. He scored 28 goals and 6 assists in 28 league appearances, with a total of 39 assists in all competitions. He is currently challenging Lazio's Ciro Immobile for the Capocannoniere Serie A top scorer, and was Juventus' star man in what looked to be a title-winning season. After winning the Champions League with his two former clubs, Ronaldo is hoping to complete his treble when the season resumes in August. 3. Neymar. Despite picking up injuries this season and not having played since early March due to Ligue 1's decision to end the season earlier then resuming after a ban, Neymar Jr. is here. It should show how amazing the Brazilian winger is when healthy. In just 15 league games this season, Neymar has scored 13 goals and 6 assists. Those numbers have risen to 18 goals and 10 assists in 22 appearances in all competitions. Neymar didn't reach a fully fit season in his 3 seasons at PSG, but his world-class ability was evident whenever he was on the pitch. The only reason Neymar didn't win the Ballon d'Or was Messi, Ronaldo, and injuries. Without these 3 factors, Neymar could easily be a contender, if not an outright winner, for the greatest player of all time. 4. Robert Lewandowski. Bayern Munich. The world-class Bayern Munich striker has just completed his 6th season at the club and his 10th in the Bundesliga, helping Bayern win the league championship for an 8th straight. Robert Lewandowski, 31, is coming off his best season yet. Lewandowski won the Bundesliga top scorer award for the 5th time with 34 goals in 31 appearances. He's just 6 games without a goal all season, with 7 points and a hat-trick. He also has 51 goals and 6 assists in 43 appearances in all competitions, including Bayern's last victory in the DFB Pokal final. Those numbers could also increase when the Champions League resumes in Lisbon in August, as Lewandowski has scored in every Champions League game he has played so far this season. 5. Kylian Mbappé. Paris Saint-Germain. Mbappé is second behind Lewandowski on my list because he is young and hasn't played since March. In a few years, however, the 21-year-old Frenchman may top this list as his stats and ability are objectively outstanding. A World Cup winner and a 4-time Ligue 1 winner who has already scored in the final, Mbappé's trophy will only get bigger. Slightly plagued by injuries this season, Mbappé has still scored 18 goals and made 7 assists in 20 league matches played. He has 47 goals and 33 assists in all competitions. These are Messi's numbers. 6. Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is having a relatively poor season and has still created 18 goals across all competitions by March. It's fair to say the Belgian hasn't dominated our screens as he has done in the past, but like Haaland, he has made extraordinary achievements seem, well, ordinary. This shouldn't detract from De Bruyne's technical ability. He could be the greatest crosser of a ball in Premier League history, while his vision and penchant for a defense-splitting pass combine with frightening effectiveness on a number of occasions. One of the best aspects of De Bruyne is that he comes with all the trimmings. He's a lethal set-piece taker. He is unexpectedly physical and genuinely quick off the mark. Without these things, KDB would remain a top player, but with them at his disposal, he is a multi-layered box of tricks. 7. Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk has established himself as one of the finest defenders in world football since joining Liverpool in January 2018. The powerful Netherlands international, who combines a graceful reading of the game with a dominant physical skill set, has helped the Reds lift every major trophy available to date. He played every single minute of the 2019-20 Premier League campaign as Liverpool gloriously and emphatically ended their wait for the title with a club record 99 points. A constantly imposing presence in the backline, Van Dijk also weighed in with 5 goals, including a vital double against Brighton and Hove Albion and the opener past Manchester United at Anfield. The historic season also saw the UEFA Super Cup and FIFA Club World Cup added to the trophy cabinet, the latter for the first time. The number 4 had previously been a key figure as the Reds clinched a 6th European Cup at the conclusion of his first full season with the club. 8. Sadio Mané. In hindsight, Mané's move away from Liverpool really was a stunning switch on many levels. At the time, it was a big deal, but many anticipated the likes of Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez to seamlessly fill the cracks left by his departure. It's no slight on those two players that they have been unable to do so. The Senegalese superstar departed from Mohamed Salah's shadow for Bayern Munich and has proven his talent in a whole new environment, though curtailed by an injury that saw him ruled out for most of the winter. Mané's versatility up front nudges him ahead of Salah in our thinking. He loves to cut inside and drift out wide. He is a superb finisher with his feet and a remarkable threat in the air despite his relatively diminutive figure. Mané is a Swiss Army knife forward who can demolish defenses in all manner of methods. 9. Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez of Leicester is happy to wear gloves to keep out the winter chill. Phil Sproson, who played 500 matches for Port Vale in the 1970s and 80s, said, "Personally, I would tend to agree with Neil Aspin. It is a modern trend. Some of them like to wear gloves, but the temperature in England isn't that cold." Personal information. Riyad Mahrez is an Algerian professional footballer who plays for Manchester City and the Algerian national team. He was born on the 21st of February 1991 in Sarcelles, France. 10. Erling Haaland. Building on the point about the overexposure of the Premier League often resulting in players being judged more harshly, we present to you Erling Haaland. In any given week, you could search for Haaland and discover a pundit claiming he could do more or isn't being used correctly. Simply, Haaland has normalized the abnormal. Arguably Haaland's only flaw in 2022-23 was setting the bar insurmountably high from the very start. Between the start of the season and the end of 2022, Haaland found the net 22 times in just 15 Premier League games. For context, that total would have won the Golden Boot in 7 Premier League seasons. His physicality is unrivaled. His finishing ability, including improvised, instinctive finishing by any means necessary, is staggering, and he boasts a turn of pace that few in the Premier League could match. The best bit? We're mostly likely yet to see Haaland at his absolute peak. The next few years should be explosive. Hope so you like the video. Please subscribe the channel. Thank you.